the main man, Carl Froch, the Cobra. Carl, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Bit of a cold, but you know, it's that time of year, isn't it, where you feel a bit, you run down, but I'm in good shape, mate. You know what I'm like, I'm a machine, keep rolling on.
Yeah, that's
I'm still here, that's all that matters.
Yeah, you'll be going head to head with your old foe, George Groves, later on with a bit of heads up poker.
Yeah.
Feeling confident?
Not really, no, not because I had a little online with him, and he's got Lady Luck on his side.
Yeah.
He was hitting like full houses on the river.
I heard you had the flush.
Getting in the boat on the river.
Yeah, well, maybe the tables will turn. We're out here.
Poker on the day is 90% luck. On the year, it's 90% skill. So I've got him long term.
We're out here in the beautiful Four Seasons Hotel.
Yes.
5-star.
Yeah.
Only 5-star hotel in Dublin apparently, but yeah, you only need one, and we're here.
Yeah.
But first of all, we're going to talk a bit about boxing as we always do. Test your wisdom. Big fight coming up, one that's caused a lot of controversy. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul officially sanctioned now as a professional bout. So a loss on Mike Tyson's record could go down, which would make a lot of people kind of a bit disappointed in the whole system. But the fight will consist of 8 2-minute rounds, no headgear, 14-ounce gloves. What do you think Mike Tyson's tactics are going to be? Just go out fast, try and knock him out early doors?
Depends what it says in the contract, doesn't it? Allegedly, there's a clause in there that says he can't go for it, so we'll see, won't we? But I don't know it can be sanctioned as a professional contest because you've just said there it's 2-minute rounds.
Yeah.
It's not women's boxing, it's men's boxing.
That's a good point.
From what I know from Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, they've both got a pair of testicles each. So that makes it a man's bout, which should be 3 minutes. And should be, you know, if it's going to be sanctioned as a professional fight, it should be 3-minute rounds.
Well, who would have asked for it to be 2 minutes? Wouldn't it have been Jake Paul, do you think? Or would it have been?
Probably not Jake Paul. Jake Paul's a young man. What is he, 27 years old?
Yeah, around there.
So he can do 3-minute rounds. He trains full time. I don't think it should be a professional boxing match.
No.
The fact that it's Jake Paul, who's not a pro boxer. But he has, I suppose that's probably a bit harsh. You could say it's a pro boxing match because Jake Paul could consider himself a low-level fighter, like an area-level fighter. But Mike Tyson's, like, he retired in his early 40s because he fought on way too long. He was well past his best and finished early 40s. So at 58 years old, I'll just be happy if he gets out of the ring without getting trimmed.
Well, he said he's been training extremely hard, 6 hours a day, starts at 11 a.m, might leave the gym at 5 p.m. Do you think people are underestimating how seriously he's taking the fight? He's in it for the payday, or is he in it to actually cause some damage?
I'm not sure. I just think at 58, mate, and we're human beings. Father time waits for no one. I retired at 36, 37 years old. I was 4 weeks off my 37th birthday when I retired. And I retired because I couldn't do it anymore. At 37. So he's 58 the time he steps in the ring.
20 years difference.
So it tells you all you need to know. And Mike Tyson got beat at the end of his career by a couple of people who wouldn't be able to lace his boots in his day.
True.
So to be jumping in now with fake Paul is what it is. It's a little money spinner. They're going to make a bit of dough. He's probably got a contract that says that he can't win. And people will be entertained. But for me, it's not a professional boxing match. I've got nothing really against it. I mean, I don't want to contradict myself because I've said before I disagree with it, which I still do. But actually, on reflection, thinking about it, it's just a bit of entertainment in it.
That's it. That's the way to look at it. Yeah, it's not like Mike Tyson's been forced to do this.
Yeah, wouldn't it be fucking great though if Mike Tyson got in there?
That's what people will be
and
watching.
Landed a shot, and that's what people want, don't they? They want to see Jake Paul get ironed out by an old Mike Tyson. But in reality, let's be honest, it's not going to happen.
Seems unlikely. You're going to be doing a Froch along for that one?
I don't know.
Eddie Hearn said he's not going to watch it at all.
He's
going to walk out the arena.
I do serious fine. Eddie Hills, the 6-0 Iceman from Billericay, fought by way off.
Where's the footage? Has anyone got the footage
where is
yet?
the footage?
Has anyone sent it in? Still waiting.
Still waiting for that footage, aren't we?
Yeah, apparently so. Well, okay, that's enough about that for the time being. Have we spoken about Anthony Joshua recently? I think we have since he got demolished, haven't we? But what does he do now? Where does he go from here? He's not going to retire, is he? He's not going to retire off the back of that. But is it wise to face Daniel Dubois again?
Well, he's not going to, is he?
Why
He's took the advice of the Cobra, which I gave him on Froch on fighting.
Yep, we saw.
Had a little message exchange with AJ. I've got nothing against him. People think I've got an agenda. I've got no agenda. Eddie Hills, the 6-0 Iceman from Billericay, aka Eddie Hearn, seems to think I've got an agenda.
I heard that we did hear the rant.
I don't know what the agenda. I don't know what my agenda would be. People think, oh, because he left Rob McCracken because he was trained Rob and Rob trained me. I don't care who trains Anthony Joshua. Why would I? I don't give a tater who trains him.
Grind.
If he's not got respect for Rob McCracken and he ain't got belief in him anymore, then he shouldn't train with Rob McCracken, because you've got to get in that ring knowing that the guy in your corner, you respect him and you believe what he's saying, and you take his advice and his instruction, you follow it meticulously. And if AJ has lost that respect and that belief or that confidence in Rob, then he made the right decision to get rid of him. But he's been with Robert Garcia, he's been with Ben Davison. Was it with Garcia? Was it? I can't even remember.
No, I don't think it was Garcia.
No, Garcia was with he's with Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's not with Rob McCracken. I couldn't care less. It doesn't affect my life at all in the slightest. I think he should have stayed with Rob, but like I said, I couldn't care less. I'm just honest and I just tell the truth, and I just think Anthony Joshua, he's had a good career. He's had a fabulous career based on his level of ability, and he's been ironed out a few times. And that last whooping he took from Daniel Dubois looked like a hurtful one, potentially damaging to your health. And you can have as much money as you want in the bank, 100 million, 150 million, whatever level is on. Your health is more important. You can't put a price on your health. And the way he got knocked out looked like he'd been tasered by Dubois. Hurt in round 1, ironed out in round 5.
Yeah.
Why is he fighting?
Well, that's a good question.
Because since losing to Ruiz, and then he had back-to-back defeats with Usyk, and then he's fought Franklin Helenius, Otto Wallin, and Garner, he's not had any competition in front of him. The minute somebody turns up with ambition, which was Dubois, he didn't want to know.
Flattened him, didn't
he? He got found out and he got exposed. So now the best thing he can do is retire.
Yeah, but I don't think he will. I just remembered. Have you seen the social media clip of AJ when he's got what's the bar that spins and you're supposed to and it spins one way, it spins the other way, and it's like hitting him on the side of the head. He said, "Yeah, I'm a shit boxer," but he's half joking, but
he was having a bit of banter, and a lot of people said, "Yeah, you said it." You know what I mean? But he's not a bad fighter. No, listen, he won an Olympic gold medal.
Exactly, you can't be a gold medalist.
But you can tear that apart as well, because a lot of people say he lost to the Cuban in the first fight, he lost to the Italian in the final. But the history books say that Anthony Joshua won a gold medal in the Olympics, 2012 Olympics in London.
Yeah, facts.
He won 2 world titles, and he's finished his career face first with his arse in the air.
Yeah.
Which is no way for no soldier to die.
No.
But if you're going to try and redeem yourself and just keep that legacy intact and try and finish on some sort of a high, you have to be careful. And a rematch with Daniel Dubois,
it's not the right option.
Not the right one. And where does he go? Does he drop down a level? Are people interested in seeing AJ fight somebody like Chisora or Dillian White? You know what I mean?
If he's going to fight Tyson Fury potentially next summer, he needs a fight before that.
Yeah.
He can't go straight from this to
well, maybe he can, because if Tyson Fury loses to Usyk,
yeah, they're both coming off the back of a loss.
Yeah, then it's not a meaningful fight, and it's not a fight for the boxing purist.
We'd seen it 3 years ago.
It's a fight that people are going to want to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Manny Pacquiao Mayweather kind of thing, where you know it's way past his speed. You know Pacquiao's injured and Mayweather's getting old.
Yeah, but everyone will still watch it though.
You want to see it?
Yeah, for sure.
It just there's no marbles on the line, is there?
Daniel Dubois now, I think the IBF said he can hand pick his next opponent. If you were in his shoes, who would you go for?
Is that the official sort?
Yeah, well, he's the IBF champion, and the IBF president, Darryl Peoples, confirmed that Daniel Dubois can make an optional defence against any ranked fighter before April 22nd. So Joseph Parker seems like a dangerous fight, really.
Yeah, it does. I was going to say Joseph Parker, but if you've got the option, depending on what the reward is, you want to kind of minimise the risk.
Yeah.
But you can't take the piss and fight Derek Chisora.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Fabio Wardley, it's a risky one as well, isn't it?
Potentially a risky fight. Apparently he's fighting... is he fighting Joseph Parker, or is he going to fight Dubois? No, I think he might be fighting Dubois.
Okay, yeah.
No, that's a good fight.
Yeah, UK, all UK.
It could be a wipeout job. It could be Dubois just hammers him. But it could be Fabio Wardley actually comes of age.
Yeah. Well, he looked good, didn't he? I mean, it didn't take long for him to dispatch.
He did look good, yeah.
Fraser Clark.
He did look good against Fraser Clark, who, don't forget, it's a world schooled amateur. Was he bronze medal in the Olympics?
Yeah, 4 Olympics.
He turned pro late, but he's a decent fighter, big, strong, capable fighter. And we saw that in the first fight. It went 12 rounds. Was it a draw?
Yeah, it was a draw. Yeah. Brutal
I thought
fight.
Fraser Clark won that. Nothing in it. Could have gone either way. But it was a draw, so fair play. But Fabio Wardley went in there and just unloaded a big right hand.
Yeah.
And caved the side of.
Slightly random. What do you think about Ben Shalom's claims about Fabio Wardley's gloves not kind of being exactly what they're supposed to be?
When you look at them gloves, you feel the padding and you think, bloody hell, there's nothing in them. There's certain gloves that got horsehair in them. Like Cleto Reyes, I used to wear early in my career, but I realised there's no padding and I broke my hand. And you just think, I'm not wearing these gloves. Like, having no padding in the glove ain't always a massive advantage. You've got BKB now being knuckle boxing. Back in the day, it used to be wraps and no gloves. It's not a massive advantage. You smash your hand.
Yeah.
Well, you know
break your hand early in the fight and then what are you going to do? Yeah.
I kind of don't know what his beef is. He's seen the gloves. He's not like what he's seen, or he's disagreed with something. But like Bricktop mentioned, go to the rules meeting. You've got the British Boxing Board of Control. You've got the rules meeting. You've got officials and sanctioning bodies in place to say, look, these are the gloves. You've got pair A and pair B. If on the night the pair that you've selected don't feel right, or your thumb's a bit awkward, or they're tight, because that can happen, then you'll go for the second pair, and you'll put them on, and you go, you know what, I'll go for pair B.
Yeah.
But the gloves are checked, sealed, and then unsealed by a member of the officiators on the night, British Boxing Board of Control.
Yeah.
And they're not tampered with, they're not pissed around with. When you put them on, you can then start punching the wall.
Yeah.
Your coach can start separating the padding and messing around with them, but you have got somebody there watching.
Yeah, exactly. You're not.
So you can only do so much.
Yeah. Fair
So Ben
play.
Shalom sort of dug a hole for himself a little bit, and because he's quite naive to the game, because he's new to the game, he's probably done himself a little bit of an injustice. But I don't think it was a bad thing to just question something that somebody else has mentioned.
I suppose we've never seen an injury like that as well, so maybe that's partly where.
Yeah,
it came
exactly.
From. Yeah.
But what's the end game for him? Is he going to say it's a cheat and we're going to have the decision overturned? I think just take it on the chin.
Yeah.
And just be magnanimous in defeat.
Yeah.
Either ask for a rematch or just leave it.
It's not like who was the Mexican fighter that was
Antonio Margarita.
Yeah, Margarita, concrete in the gloves allegedly.
Yeah,
Was it proven in the end?
Plaster of Paris in his
Plaster, that's
bandages.
right, yeah.
And he fought Miguel Cotto and
That's
absolutely
the one,
fucking
pounded it, war.
It was a bad cheat that was, and it's disgraceful. And every time now you see a fight with Margarita, and he was some fighter, he was good fighter. He was involved in some real humdingers.
Yeah.
And whenever I watch them fights now, or whenever they flag up on my social media, I just turn them off because I've got no respect for Margarita because he's cheating. And Miguel Cotto was a gentleman, top fighter, fought everybody, and for him to get a pummeling like he got because Margarita's fucking cheating, for me it's disgraceful. Pisses me off.
Shocking.
And listen, Ben Shalom, which is what we was talking about.
Yeah, sorry,
I don't think he's done anything major wrong. He's raised the question.
Yeah.
All he's done is he's been told off somebody, oh, them gloves are a bit dodgy. Then he's brought it up, and then Bricktop, fucking Frank Warren,
jumped on it.
He jumped on it and got carried away with it.
That's true.
He's pissed off. Like, you've got Eddie Hills, the 6-0 Iceman from Billericay, we've not seen the footage. Right, Eddie Hearn, Bricktop, Frank Warren, and Ben Shalom, old Turkey Teeth Shalom.
Yeah.
Right, get on Froch on Fighting if you want to know why all these guys are called this name. But anyway, you've got them all making out the mates, all giving each other like secret in the public, like giving each other little backstrokes and ego strokes and handshakes and smiles and how you doing, mate? You're all right? Good to see you. Good luck. All
Behind
that
the
bollocks.
Scenes though.
Mate, they hate each other.
Yeah.
They always have done. They always will do.
Yeah.
But Turkish Sheikh, the Saudi master,
he's
brought boxing to new heights by overspending on fights, like ridiculously like chucking money into boxing. Which fair play, the guys are fighting, they're getting punched, they're getting overpaid. I think he's realised now that he's actually spunked a load of money to do whatever they're doing. Like, what's it? Sports washing is what it is, isn't it? Apparently, you can't talk about it, but you're talking to the
But that's the thing. He's kind of
set
the bar so high. How does he can he keep it going?
He'll both keep it going, because he's got billions of pounds, probably got trillions. But I just think that it's going to be. There's a means to an end. He's got a plan. He's got a plan that these guys don't know about. But what I was getting at was these promoters now all of a sudden talk to each other and they make out they're friends. When really they're not friends. They fucking don't like each other. You know what I mean? Frank Warren will have you in court quicker than you can fucking blink an eye. And really, it's like allegedly Frank Warren,
He's looking to sue Chris Eubank Jr. Isn't he?
Looking to sue Chris Eubank Jr. He's threatened Ben Shalom with court. I mean, that's how he answers his arguments. He goes to litigation and tries to take you to court.
Yeah.
which is the legal and proper way to do it. If there's a real dispute, you settle it in court. The judiciary system, no, for me, is flawed. It is what it is. It's it's just a waste of money.
True.
But these three guys would never be friends, never talk to each other, can't be in the same fucking room. And now Turkish Sheik's come in with his billions of quids. Now they're all being friendly to each other.
To be friends,
but you know yourself, it's like fucking having a conversation with Jack the Ripper. You don't want to be his mate because you know he's evil. But
don't want to turn your back on him either.
He's paying fucking the money, so you're gonna put up with him and accommodate it.
Yeah.
And that's what these three are doing. And you can just see that Frank Warren doesn't like Turkey Teeth Shalom. You can just see he don't like him. And you know when he looks over at Eddie Hills, the 6-0 Iceman from Billericay, you know he don't like him. You know he's thinking, fuck you, what are you doing in the mix?
Let's see how long they can tolerate each other.
They're doing it because they're getting paid, and fair play to them. Yeah. But they're selling the soul and they're selling our sport. Because boxing, for me, especially British boxing, should be in Britain. Should be at the O2 Arena. Should be at the MEN Arena. What's that new arena in Manchester now?
Co-op Arena, yeah.
Co-op Arena in Manchester.
Yeah, biggest in Europe.
I mean, British boxing, it's just such a great sport.
Yeah.
But for all the big fights to go out to Saudi,
it's a shame, isn't it?
It's a shame because
Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. That'll be out there, wouldn't it?
Conor Benn, Chris Eubank, will it? Is
well, I think it's highly likely.
Potentially,
but it's not a guarantee.
Well, to be honest, it can be out there for all I care because it's not, for me, it's not a fight I want to see.
Right, not excited
Chris
by that.
Eubank Jr. is 35 years old, well past his best. What's he ever done? Lost to every time he stepped up.
Lost to George Groves, didn't he?
Lost to George Groves. Lost to Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah.
So every time he's stepped up, he's got found out. He got fucking ironed out by Liam Smith.
Yeah.
Battered.
Yeah.
I know he got him in the rematch, but Liam Smith was dead on scales. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, they're talking about Chris Eubank, Canelo.
Yeah, that's a hard one to visualise, isn't it? I mean,
it's just easy.
Although Canelo does kind of pick and choose.
Listen, it's an easy night's work for Canelo. Let's be honest. That's what it is. I've got nothing against Chris Eubank. I know what he's up to. I know his game, and people want to see him because of his dad and the name. And Benn Eubank's a big fight.
Yeah.
But it's going to be for nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing really on the line, is there?
Conor Benn's smaller than him.
He's angry.
But if Chris Eubank comes down from 168 to 160, he could be dead at the weight, and Conor Benn might just do him. So it's like, who gives a fuck?
Tough one, yeah.
It's not for a title. For me, boxing was like British title. Yeah, I'm British champ now. I need to defend it 3 times to get the Lonsdale belt outright. Then maybe European, unless there's no one around at European level. Then it's world titles.
Yeah.
Let's become a world champion.
Yeah.
You've got Benn and Eubank fucking hovering around. I mean, Ben's done nothing since he failed his drug test.
No.
Like, he's done nothing. He's not fighting anybody. His career's stagnant.
It's proper, yeah.
And then you've got Chris Eubank Jr. He's had a year out the ring. He's just come back a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. What's he before? WBO?
Yeah,
WBO?
Exactly.
Mate, it's not real.
It's not a title, mate.
Not a title, no.
So he's fought nobody, and he didn't look very good in his last fight.
Yeah.
He was getting caught. His arms were down. He was getting caught with shots on the way in. His timing was out. He was looking sluggish. He was loading up, missing. It's just like, it's two fighters that are literally going to fight each other
for the
just for the old Bunsen burner. And fair play to him, but don't ask a boxing guy like me to get excited about that.
No,
I've got no interest at all.
Well, let's talk about someone that does deserve some credit for a solid win over Regis Prograis.
Yes.
Jack Catterall.
Jack Catterall,
yeah.
What guy.
What guy, and he's shown a lot of progression, you know, obviously the heartache when they lost to Josh Taylor the first time around.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought he won that fight, came back, beat him in a rematch. Now he's won this. He's on the up, isn't he? He's on the rise. Where does he go from here?
He's tapping on the door now for a world title.
Yeah.
And he's talking about fighting Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez. Both hard fights. I don't think the Haney fight will happen. I don't know what Haney's up to since getting a Strelikin from Ryan Garcia, and he can't let that one go. Apparently the decision's been overturned, but he got battered. I know Ryan Garcia failed a drugs test, but come on, he got beat up.
Yeah, some of those left hooks.
He got beat up.
Yeah.
And Teofimo Lopez is a solid fighter, but he's an emotional fighter. I had Jack Catterall on my channel, Froch on Fighting, the best channel in the business, bar this one.
Equal. But yeah,
Jack Catterall's a great fighter. He's quiet, he's very reserved, he don't make much noise, and that's probably he's undoing a little bit in terms of getting the recognition he deserves. But he really can fight. He's a top fighter. He just put in a really good performance against another solid fighter, Regis Prograis, who's proven at world level.
Yeah.
He got the win. Slow to start with, got dropped with a little balance shot, like a jab to the chest arm, and he went over. And then he thought, hang on a minute, I'm behind on the cards here.
Yeah,
I need to step it up.
And he did.
He stepped it up, he changed his game, and he got a really solid win against the top champion. So if he fights Lopez, for me that's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jack Catterall, the man from, is it Chorley? I think it's Chorley, a little town up in the northeast. He's a proper down-to-earth, nice, humble human being. And I wish him all the best. And he is a real quality fighter. He's one of them fighters that is not really, really exciting because he's so good. And when I say he's so good, he doesn't get hit with shots.
No.
He'll slip and move and use his jab, southpaw stance, keep out of the way, and he'll time the opponent on the way in and he'll catch him and he'll... I think he won the fight against Josh Taylor for the undisputed title.
Yeah, and then Josh Taylor lost the belts, didn't he? So he never got a chance
lost to
to win
Lopez,
Lopez. So now that's where the belts are.
Catterall beat him in a rematch, but for no belt. So at the minute, Catterall's probably one of the best fighters I know to not be crowned a world champion. But 2025 will be his year. I'm looking forward to him being a world champion.
Let's have it. Hopefully that fight will come over and we'll have it in the UK. But I was going to move on to Benn Whitaker. You had Liam Cameron on Froch on Fighting. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Good insight into that fight, which obviously didn't last as long as maybe it should have done. But where does it leave Liam Cameron and where does it leave Benn Whitaker? A rematch on the cards, do you think? Or do you think Ben Whitaker's been quiet since, hasn't he?
Yeah, very quiet. I think Benn Whitaker really, to redeem himself and to correct that,
needs to have the rematch, does he?
That wrong, because he was getting beat, wasn't he? He was
started well, but then
he was under the cosh.
Yeah,
he was landing fast combinations. He wasn't doing so much razzmatazz and showboating because he wasn't having it all his own way. He wasn't having the effects. Usually, when he hits his opponents, he sees some kind of reaction. He's not a massive puncher.
That's right.
But it's accumulation of punches and it's timing, and he usually hurts his opponents. This is the first time he's stepped up a level. And he's got a fighter that's going, you know what, I'm not going anywhere. I boxed a guy called Paul Bonson. The first fight that I had that went the distance was at 6 or 8 rounds. And I was annoyed with myself because the fight went the distance. I was like, I didn't ever want to go the distance. I want to be like Mike Tyson, all these knockouts.
Knock him out
or
early.
Better BF 25. I mean, he came after me, Better, even though he's 40. You never want to go the distance. And Whitaker really wanted to be going in there with Liam Cameron. And either outclassing him, and beating him on points, or getting the stoppage. And what happened was he had round 1 where he was doing his own thing, and then round 2 where it started to come on top, and then round 3 and 4 he was starting to sink. He was under the cosh. He was getting it around the body. He was getting it around the head. He didn't like it in there. And it's them fights where if you come through them moments and you come out the other side and you win, he'd say, fucking hell, that's a good learning fight.
Give you that belief as well.
And people like me who know the boxing, know the game inside out, would say, listen, that was a fight that he needed. That was like my fight against someone like Charles Adamo, which was a 12-round Commonwealth title fight that went the distance, where you learn so much because you've been asked questions, you've been through adversity, you've been hurt, you're tired, but you dig in and you get the win. And what Benn Whitaker did was he fell over the top rope, pulled him over the top rope. I don't think he purposely pulled him over the top rope. I don't think you'd ever think, oh, there's the top rope, I know what I'll do. I'll go over the top and take him with me. I think he was just holding on for dear life because he needed a breather. And then the top rope gave way because it was high up on it. But then when he was on the floor, he was given an opportunity there to climb back in the ring like Liam Cameron did and carry on, or say, actually, this is a fucking way out here. Saw the way out, allegedly took a bit of advice from the corner, said stay down. Whether that happened or not, we don't know. But only Benn Whitaker knows if he quit. It don't look good for him. And I think the only way back for Benn Whitaker is to have an immediate rematch with Liam Cameron. Liam Cameron deserves his moment
for sure
back in that ring. And Benn Whitaker, if he is what he says, tells everyone he is, and he is as good as he is, get in there and give Liam Cameron a rematch and get him beat. Get him beat in style, set the record straight. So that's what I want to see. And like you say, he's gone quiet. I don't know what he's going to do next. But we do need to see Liam Cameron and Benn Whitaker back in the ring.
Yeah, we need to see, well, if he wants to shut the critics up, that's what he has to do. Liam Cameron's been through some other tough stuff in his career, wasn't he? Got found tested positive, but got a 4-year ban when Tyson Fury also tested positive. Got no repercussions altogether.
Was it a recreational drug as well?
Recreational, yeah. So it wasn't doping, it wasn't Osterine or anything.
Sometimes
like
it's easy to just sort of stick a massive ban on somebody who's a bit of a journeyman.
Made an example out of him, didn't they?
And it's not going to do any damage to the industry, but it's going to show, right, look, if you cheat, this is what's going to happen. And you mentioned Conor Benn there, and we don't actually know what's happened with him. Is he serving a silent ban?
Oh yeah, so
weird. Tyson Fury's failed test, Dylan White. I mean, Canelo Alvarez, contaminated meat. There's been people failed tests and you kind of don't even know about it.
It's true. Tyson Fury then, Alexander Usyk, we saw the first press conference, kind of a bit of a weird one, wasn't it? He was signing a photo of him getting pummeled in the first fight. What do you think his psychology will be going into this one? Do you think he's going to come in heavier and then just with a different game plan, or?
I don't know. I think there's a massive amount of respect between both the guys, because Tyson Fury knows he was in a really hard fight.
Yeah, brutal fight.
And he can say it was close all he wants, and on the scorecards it was close. It was it was a one-round swing on one of the cards.
Well, he still believes he won that fight, doesn't he?
Yeah, which is ridiculous because he didn't.
Is that a defence mechanism for him psychologically? Going
Potentially,
into the rematch?
or just talking a bit of bullshit to try and big it up.
Yeah.
But in reality, it was close. No, sorry. On paper, it was close, but in reality, he got beat up worse than he's ever been beat up before. And I'm including the knockdown against Deontay Wilder as well, because Tyson Fury for me has never been under the cosh so heavy in round 9 against Usyk. Punched from one side of the ring to the other side of the ring. Yeah. Sitting on the ropes, waiting to be absolutely finished off, and the ref jumps in because he said, "Listen, it's a knockdown because the ropes are already up, which is the rules. If the ropes are already up from a knockdown, but if you come out fight with Lucian Butte, the ropes were holding him up, and the ref was like getting in there, and I just kept pummeling away and kept smashing his head in.
Yeah, that's what Usyk should have done. You think?
Usyk's just too much of a fucking solid, honest, magnanimous kind of geezer, isn't he? So
yes, he's taking body shots.
He's having a look. He's thinking,
Daniel
I've got
Dubois.
a free shot. The ref's kind of gone, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, and Usyk's looking like, oh, okay, and I'll stop. Yeah. And then he's had to fight another 3 rounds. And anything could have happened. It was close on one of the cards.
True.
But Tyson Fury got beat up. But I'm not saying he can't win. Tyson Fury turns up, puts a fast start on, and starts catching Usyk, starts getting to him. Then he could get the stoppage. But if he starts fast and goes for it and don't get the stoppage,
he's going to be in trouble down the straight, isn't he? Yeah.
He's getting stopped because he ain't got the fitness. He's past his best. I've said it ages ago. Tyson Fury doesn't throw as many feints. He doesn't throw as many punches. He's not as light on his feet. He's not got the lateral movement. There's so many elements to Tyson Fury's game, which he had as a heavyweight, which only Muhammad Ali before him had. You know, big, heavy, tall ranger, but fast hands, light feet. He ain't got that anymore because he's 36, 37, 35, 36 years old. I think he's in his 36th year. And he has a drink. You see him with Morecambe on his hands and knees outside the boozer. I know he's having a relax, letting his hair down, leave him alone. But when he's getting pissed up in Morecambe, Usyk's praying.
That's it.
Then he's in the gym in the morning and he's eating the right foods. And the lifestyle makes all the difference. Ricky Hatton retired at 32, 33 years old because he couldn't do it anymore. Because he ballooned up in between fights.
Yeah,
and he liked the lifestyle. He liked that. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like the British lifestyle, isn't it? Tyson Fury, Ricky Hatton, they kind of
I wouldn't put Fury in the Hatton level because Hatton fucking was a proper geezer, wasn't he? Proper lad.
Pub man.
I was on the plane on the way out here today and they were saying, I used to follow Hatton around all over the world. And I said, fucking, I bet you had a right good time. He come in the boozer after and he had a few drinks with us.
Exactly.
I went, of course he did, because he's one of the boys.
Yeah.
But Tyson Fury now, being past his best and not living the life, I just don't see how he can beat somebody like Alexander Usyk. But having said that, it's heavyweight boxing. He's big and strong. He's a great fighter, Tyson, and anything's possible. So if he goes for it now for 10 weeks or whatever's left, there's another 8 weeks left. Yeah. If he's had a solid 10-week camp, he believes in himself and he gets him. So he's got to be fit. He's got to have that fitness because when he had the success in round 4, 5, 6, and 7. He was kind of in control. Yeah. And he was landing shots.
He's going to have to do it in the first half of the fight, isn't he?
But he's got to do it and get him out of there, or he's got to be fit enough to sustain it. Yeah. Because Usyk's fucking fit and strong and he's a consummate professional. Yeah. It's a 12-round sport. It used to be 15 rounds boxing, and I preferred it when it was 15 rounds.
15 rounds is
but it separates the men from the boys.
Yeah, fair.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's heavyweight boxing. Tyson Fury could win. It'd be nice. But I ain't got a favourite in this fight. I love Usyk. I think he's great. Everything he represents, the way he conducts himself, I'm a massive fan. Brilliant. But I love Tyson Fury as well. And it's great for British boxing if you can bring the belts back to Britain.
Let's hope you can.
But I just think it's a really, really tough fight for him to win. I really do. But I hope he... listen, I don't hope he wins. And I don't hope Usyk. I hope the best man wins. I hope the guy that deserves it wins. But I wouldn't write Tyson Fury off. Not at all. But if you're having a little wedge on the winner, you've got to back Usyk.
In the late rounds, knockout or on points again?
I think points or knockout, a late knockout. It won't be early knockout. Usyk's not a heavyweight. He's quite a big, strong kid.
It'll be late down the
street. It'll be a late stoppage or it'll be Usyk points.
Were any of your fights 15 rounds or were you 12?
No. I mean, a 15 round stop.
How far back are we going for the 15 rounds?
It's the 80s, wasn't it? I think they changed it in 19... I mean, you'd have to...
Was it originally there was no knocked out, didn't it?
Yeah,
Back in
well,
the...
it was knocked down. It was the end of the round.
Oh, right.
So you get knocked down, it's like, right, now you can have a breather.
Ah,
It's
see.
mad. And the gloves were nothing.
Yeah. Is that like Jack Dempsey era? We're going back to then?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah,
And
well,
now the referee used to just like you'd be sat on the bottom rope getting your head caved in, and the ref would be like waiting, and he'd be on one knee, and the ref would just be like, all right, okay, hang on, 1, 2. Like, it used to be brutal boxing.
It's unbelievable,
But
isn't it?
mixed martial arts is quite brutal, but there's a lot to be said for actually finishing your guy off and then you go home.
Yeah.
Where in pro boxing, the ref comes in, gives you an 8 count, then you can get knocked out again.
Yeah, true.
So that can be potentially more damaging. But 15 rounds for me that's the proper sport.
Catch any of UFC 308 at the weekend.
Yeah, man.
Max Holloway.
Holloway. He got done, didn't he?
Absolutely brutal.
Like
yeah.
Topuria. I mean, some fighter he is.
Yeah, it really is.
Monster,
yeah. And Kamzat as well, we saw him.
Yeah.
Yeah, savage. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that sums it up. Now all we've got to do is play a bit of poker, drink a bit of Guinness. And,
yeah, looking forward to it, mate.
Yeah, you
here with coin poker.
Yeah, coin
blockchain-based technology, and I've been playing poker for years, and now I'm back online with coin poker.
The ambassador.
The ambassador, yeah, and they're also doing these live events. Yeah. So it takes me back to when I used to play a bit of poker in my early years, because I grew up in pubs, you see. So I learned to fight. I could play a bit of pool, and I played poker. We used to be a little Italian contingency that we used to play.
Any darts?
We used to have a lot. Yeah, I could play darts as well.
Yeah.
I'm still counting how many 180s I've had, so you know I can't. You know I'm not that good. I had about 3 180s.
That's still not bad.
My brother's had about 10.
Really?
But
play.
Who's the commentator for Sky?
Wayne Mardell.
Yeah, so he's got a podcast. So I'm going to go on there and play a bit of darts with him.
Yeah. I see him the other day. He was playing the female player. Name escapes me, but he was blowing the darts out of his mouth. He hit the 4-4 to win the leg.
Oh, was it? Really?
Yeah, mental. I don't know how he did that.
There's 2. You've just done me with that name now, because she's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is it? It's not Shirt.
Yeah, Fallon Sherrock. Fallon Sherrock. That's it.
Yeah, she's a good player. She is. She beat a couple of top players as well.
Yeah.
You can see the blokes getting really pissed off because she's getting beat by a woman. They're just like other women. They're like, they float it in the dart from the top, and where the blokes just nail it down the middle.
She's married to a male player, isn't he?
Oh, she's
circuit. Yeah, one of the
she's a good player. But I used to be in a darts team, and the women, they're steady. It's like golf, just technique.
That's it. Yeah.
Where men are like, boom. You know what I mean? They've got the anger.
All right, should we wrap it up there?
Absolutely, mate. It's been good chatting to you.
Thanks once
Always
again.
a pleasure, man.
We'll speak again soon. Yeah.
Definitely.
Interesting.
Take care, man.